is whoever has a role to play in the community, we have involved them under our new security structure, which clearly outlines the involvement of every section of the community. This we take from village to the district and to the local government headquarters. And ultimately, it will end up with the government and the Emirate Council. We have involved fully the traditional institutions. Like I said, because we realize this is a community issue. So it has to be approached through communal participation of everybody. Again, we establish conflict resolution centers being organized, operated by the judiciary under the Office of Chief Justice, Chief Judge of the state. We are currently establishing over 40 across the state. They have started working, and you will be surprised. The about 8 that we have so far opened has disposed of cases more than what regular courts would have done. They deal with community issues such as conflict between landlords and tenants, sale of plots, giving rent, so that we know who comes and who goes from each community. Disputes such as minor trade issues, which are not criminal in nature. Issues of drainage. Issues of maybe you are going to enter that house and misunderstanding erupted between the families. All these are issues now that don't have to go to court. These conflict resolution centers are equipped with community participation so that we reduce the workload on the judiciary and also bring harmonious living among communities. You know, courts do not settle disputes, they are adjudged. You hardly go to court and come out as friends. But if you go to conflict resolution centers, you come out as friends because you have agreed to resolve your issues outside the normal court system, outside the police station system. And we have gotten the cooperation and support of the Nigerian police on this matter. And we believe we are making progress. We have seen certainly heavy reduction in terms of banditry, kidnapping in Katsina State. But it is happening on a daily basis, probably on a smaller scale. Today, at least Faskari local government and Ankara local government are the worst hit. Even yesterday, there was kidnapping in Faskari local government. Because of their proximity with the forest that covers Zamfara, Kaduna, Niger, going up to Kebbi. That's why we are having persistent and consistent attack within that belt. Many villages have been dislodged. Luckily enough, within the last 2-3 weeks, we saw the return of most of them. And I think the few ones that are in their hands, now we are working to see how we can resolve their issues so that they come back to their communities. But the issue now before us, restoring confidence in the minds of the people to go back to their villages, because in their villages that's where they have the farms, that their economic life is. If you relocate them from there, You are not only socially relocating them, economically dislodging them, which is very dangerous. Then the issue of climate change, which most of our people living in rural communities do not understand, do not appreciate, and are not prepared for. Luckily enough, with the predictions coming from NIMET and other agencies, we have also established 34 stations to observe weather so that we'll be able to advise farmers when to plant, how to plant, and what to plant. Your Excellency, Katsina State people, 90% of them are agrarian, directly or indirectly. The only industry in Katsina State is civil service. It is the only functional industry in Katsina State. So that is why we appreciate what Al-Air is doing now. He is establishing rice processing mill and fertilizer blending plant all in Katsina, in addition to many others. I think his fertilizer blending plant has already started operation. So these are the few cases of indigents in investing. And I said it that unless indigenous people invest in their country, in their state, you don't expect somebody to take his money from Lagos and come to Katsina. When somebody in Katsina has the money, is afraid to invest. So we will continue. It is a work in progress. Certainly we have made a progress when we look at where we are 6, 7 years ago and where we are today, despite the challenges. And for us to appreciate that security challenge is not peculiar to Nigeria. The whole Sahelian region, especially for us in West Africa region, all the countries neighboring Nigeria are in one form of security crisis or another. But who is the richest among the countries in the West Africa and some parts of Sahelian Africa? Nigeria. Where do we have the highest population? Nigeria. So that's why everybody gravitates to Nigeria. So that's why we are seeing this kind of banditry, which started way from Mali, is very rampant in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and also the collapse of the regime of Gaddafi saw the unleashment of various arms and ammunition into Nigeria. For us to appreciate what is being done is unless we understand the scale and the scope. That's why the media comes in. Yes, we have a problem. Yes, we are working on the problem. But there are global dimensions to it, there are regional dimensions to it, and there are natural dimensions to it. Of course, that does not mean we as leaders, we have not made mistakes over the years. And I think the one area which we neglected that is causing a lot of this problem is education. If we had invested over 50 years ago heavily on education, the problem today would have been different. The nature of insecurity would have been different. But unfortunately, we did not invest enough, especially in this part of the country. And we also did not take into consideration the population explosion in this part of our country. There are many factors, many factors. In some cases that made planning very difficult, but not impossible. I do believe the current problem we have are man-made and can also be solved by man. What is required? A leadership that is purposeful, that is the political will and determination to confront the problem and solve it. Assalamu alaikum.